Compassion Games, the survival of the kindest. We had a meeting with the Salish Sea, including our partners in Hawaii, and the games are on, so here's what's happening. Look, we need a new way to lead. We know that dominating and competition as we know it, and this individual going to save the world is not the best approach. And we're claiming that that we gotta rethink care as a form of power. Now, AI doesn't care. We do. You do, I do. And how we steady our fear and how we come in coordinated action with each other, sparking that courage needed around all of us, seems to be the challenge of our time. And we're proposing this approach. We've been doing this for 16 years. This is the Compassion Game Survival of the Kindest. So there's 4 phases here. We start by building the foundation, getting people to play, understanding the opportunity of what we call a co-opetition. You cannot lose the Compassion Games. And this year it begins on solstice, June 21st for 99 days. And of course, you don't have to wait till then. We do compassionate action every day. But we are using this time frame as a way to play together, as a way to actually learn from each other and help each other, not against each other, raise up all that we're doing. So during this 99 days, we invite people to lots of ways to play, and they're inspiring and creative. And take what you're already doing and put that forward as a way to play, to get more engagement with each other. This is all about connecting with each other and creating a field of play. That playing field becomes the environment we're all operating in. And to strengthen it, we report and we reflect on what's happening. We want to know what you were doing, what impact it had on the people you served and on you. We have a scoreboard. It's fun. It's creative. You cannot lose. It shows you as an individual, you as part of teams of teams within these bioregions. And that's the framing for this year's games. And we think it fits in a lot of creative ways. And we're going to celebrate that as the last of these 4 phases after the Global Citizen Festival on September 26th, and the last day is the 99th day is the 27th. So this co-opetition, what's exciting this year is that we're learning about it. We've been doing it for a long time and didn't, quote, understand it. And through the genius of David Sloan Wilson and multi-level selection, we now understand differently why this works so well. And look, we all already care. It's how do we channel that empathy into actionable service, and doing that together and not just evolving as individuals, but these evolving as groups. And that's where pro-social and the wisdom there, how organizing circles and teams can embrace the core design principles and evolve their cooperative capacity here. So that intention to learn, adapt, evolve together. And this is where cooperation thrives. And this is how kindness wins. You cannot lose the Compassion Games. So this framework here is part of what's evolving in the work with pro-social, in seeing that this multi-level selection explains how groups can, in fact, cooperate, and how that groups that do cooperate perform more effectively than those that don't. It's kind of duh. So here's a rising together using pro-social principles, putting the head and the heart to work here, in the hands, playing during the games. And of course, for us in the Sailor Sea, we know this. This is amazing. There was a potlatch tradition here where you would be competing to give to each other. This is the approach that's grounded in the natural order of things. So the co-opetition framework takes pro-social principles and applies them, and not just to how we organize teams to play in the games, but also how we come up with creative ways to bring games forward. This is the vision we have, is that you take what you're already doing and turn that into a way to play, so that others can build on and improve, and together we're sharing it with these other teams, whether it's tool libraries like they've got here in Seattle that are now being done out on the Big Island as well, strengthening the field. That's the vision of the Compassion Games. Yes, we keep score. how many people served, how many hours, how many volunteers. It's fun and creative, and there isn't winning and losing, like we say. It's what they call an infinite game. The point of the game isn't to win or lose. The point of the game is to keep playing and to build a more compassionate world here. So yes, there's a way to keep score. This year in particular, we're getting behind and supporting this whole idea of a global bioregional month. So the solstice kicks this off with an indigenous-led global synchronized ceremony. It puts ceremony and strategy forward, how people can participate during this 99 days, celebrating then the idea about water, and this being something that everybody, whatever your values are, your ideology, water is life. We know it. This is a way to organize beyond borders into bioregions that are rooted in the living systems of life. So this universal doorway opens when people start to think about where their water comes from, and that we live in watersheds, and that water connects us, and these bioregions organize us, and compassion can activate us to move forward at these critical times. This is a new beginning. This is a time of great change. So play your part wherever you are, for where you live, and for all of life. So we see that September in particular, this global bioregional month, as a way that we can support all the good work being done and have been done for so long in the frame of bioregions, thinking about life the way it lives on the land and the water here. So, what do we mean? This is Patricia Ann Davis. She said this 25 years ago, what we need. It's so clear now more than ever, this planetary, cosmic, reverent revolution. So we're living through the end of an old world, but also the birth of a new one. That's why we call this call to play a new beginning. Playing for humanity. A call to play. So old systems break down, new possibilities emerge. This is that moment where we have a choice. So not fueled by domination or extraction, but rooted in care, connection, and responsibility to each other, to Earth, and to all life here on Earth. So maybe the question is not so much about what's ending, but what are we beginning? And that's where we're inviting everybody to rise together. We know the future is not going to be created by any one person or organization or nation. It's going to take all of us. And the Compassion Games is a way that we can start to make that visible and see each other. May it be so. Game on.